Today is day 137 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on at 50% of the way through Learn Java here at Codecademy. We finished, I believe, out of the 4 sections, we finished the first 2. Yes, good. And now we are on to section 3 today, Object-Oriented Java. I'm not sure if we're going to do 2 sections, both 3 and 4 today. I'd like to, but we'll see how things progress. Data structures is 4. I think we'll be able to. As long as either 3 isn't overly long and 4 isn't overly long, I think we should be able to knuckle under and knock both of those out. With that said, let's go ahead and just dive right into section 3. Object-Oriented Java. Let's do this. Go time. She's loading. Let's double check. We've got mic stuff, webcam, Codecademy. Little kitty is sleeping. Wait, technically, like, here-ish, kind of. There's a cat sleeping on the bed, thank God. She's not on the desk. So back to Codecademy. All right, 13 sections. We've seen worse. What are we trying to do? We are. Was that everything? Mic, webcam, Codecademy. Oh, chat, and we've got chat on our phone and little kitty. We're golden. Lack of oxygen. Everything is as it should be, right? Good. Go time. From the top, section 1 of 13, Object-Oriented Java. Java is an object-oriented programming language, OOP, which means that we can design classes, objects, and methods that can perform certain actions. These behaviors are important in the construction of larger, more powerful Java programs. In this lesson, we will explore some fundamental concepts of object-oriented programming to take advantage of the power of OOP in Java. Instructions. 1. Check out the code in the editor. Checking. Alright, we've got mouse and rodentia, as in fancy mouse. We'll see. 1. Public class, mouse extends rodentia. Maybe it's rodentia? Maybe it's fancier than we're giving it credit. Rodentia? We'll never know. Rodent stuff. Fancy rodent. String name. Public mouse. String name. This.name equals name. Public void. Eat. Empty stuff. System print. Name plus ate some cheese pizza. Public void. Solve maze. Integer. Minutes. System print name. Solve the maze in plus minutes plus minutes, public static void main string empty args, mouse, Ratley, new mouse, Ratley is his name, interesting, Ratley.eat, Ratley.solve maze, 3 minutes, and Ratley.order. Okay, so we checked out the code. Oh, we should also check out the rodent stuff. Public class, rodentia. Is it robot voice? Can you read this for us? Speed? Nothing? What about this? Robot voice doesn't want to read for us. Damn them. Oh well. C'est la vie. Rodentia? I don't like it. I don't know where to put the emphasis on the vowels and other things in that word. Public static void main string arguments, public void order, empty stuff, system print. The animals belong to the rodentia order. Latin? It's gotta be Latin. Definitely Latin. Time to Google rat stuff. Do 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 do. Well-known rodents include mice, rats, squirrels, prairie dogs, porcupines, beavers, guinea pigs, hamsters, gerbils, capybaras. Other animals such as rabbits, hares, and pikas. Pikas? Really? That's a thing? Like Pokemon? Whose incisors also grow continually. Were once included with them, but are now considered to be in a separate order. The Lagomorpha? I need to brush up on Latin. We need to dive into Duolingo and yeah, Latin up. So we were looking for a phonetic breakdown. Rodentia, no, nothing. Well, damn. And now I want to also Google pikas. But we're gonna save that for another day. So, rodent tangent to the side. Something about Java stuff. Right. We looked at the things, we were shocked, and things made sense, and some things were new. It incorporates classes, objects, and methods. After this lesson, you'll be able to read and write Java programs that use the OOP model. Click Run to run the code. And we're running. Ratley ate some cheese pizza. Ratley solved the maze in 3 minutes, and this animal belongs in the Rodentia order. It's gotta be Rodentia. Maybe. Probably not. One fundamental concept of object-oriented programming is, programming in Java is the class. A class is a set of instructions that describes how a data structure should behave. Java provides us with its own set of predefined classes, but we're also free to create our own custom classes. Classes in Java are created as follows. Create a custom car class car, blah. Empty curly stuff. The example above creates a class named car. We will define the behavior of the car data structure in the next exercise. Instructions in the code editor. Create a dog class. So we've got class there. Dog. Use the example above to help you for now, kind of. For now, you can ignore the lines of code at the bottom. I think they're talking about this, but I'm not entirely sure. The lines of code at the bottom, because that's more of the middle. You know what I mean? We'll return to it later. Let's just run with dog in place, right? We've got dog. Let's move ahead. Okay, green check mark. Next. All right, we're off to a good start. We created a Java class, but it currently does not have anything. We need to describe a behavior of the class for it to be useful. Let's start by creating the starting state of our class. We can do this by adding a class constructor to it. The class constructor will allow us to create dog instances. With a class constructor, we can set some information about the dog. If we do not create a class constructor, Java provides one that does not allow you to set initial information. Whoa. If we don't create a class constructor, Java provides one that doesn't allow you to set initial information. Okay, gotcha. So we get to do it ourselves, or they do it for us, and it's very by the book, and there's no room for really modification. Noted. Good safety tip, Egon. The code below demonstrates how a class constructor is created. A car class, the class constructor for the car class, public car, and so forth. In the example above, we created a class constructor for the car class. Check car class. This constructor will be used when we create the car instances later. The public keyword will be explained later in this course. Maybe they were referring to all of this, the car bit, and then, yeah, public in addition to that. Okay, we're kind of piecing this together. Add a class constructor called dog to the class. Note, if you're getting an error in the console about a main method, include the following code within the dog class. It will be explained later in the lesson. Public static void main string what? If you're getting an error code, so first we'll just throw in what we need, but if we get an error about a main method, include the following code within dog class. It will be explained later. So if we get an error, public static main art. This is all the same stuff that they already have here. Maybe we'd need to include it again within dog. So public dog curly stuff, curly stuff, curly stuff, and run. Haha, green check mark on to 4 of 13. Okay. When we create a new class, we probably have specific details that we want the class to include. We have those specific details saved to, oh no, sneezy stuff. I'm a monster. Oh god. You're an abomination, Steven. Don't look at me. There's a lack of air in here. Oh god. Why? The horror. Save the children. This is like Darth Vader without his breathing mechanism. This is why he has all the machinery, so the dude can breathe. You don't need to feel bad for him, but he's got it for a reason. And yeah, you know, so when the technology gets good enough, iron lung. It's going to be awesome. Right here. We're replacing both of them. It's going to be great. What are we talking about, aside from replacing my lungs with sci-fi tech in the future? That sneeze came out of nowhere. We were getting through the instructions. Till my face decided to create a hurricane. Okay. We're still alive. We're gonna forge ahead. When we create a new class, we probably have specific details we want the class to include. We save those specific details into instance variables. Here is an instance variable in the car class that describes a detail that we might want to associate with a car. Class car using instance variables to model our car class after a real-life car. Number, model year, public car. In the example above, we created the instance variable named model year. Instance variables model real-world car attributes, such as the model year of a car. Finally, the instance variable is represented by the int data type. Let's model the dog class after real-world dog. Create an integer instance variable called age. So above the dog, Yeah, above said dog. Int age, capital Age. Oh no, we'll never know. Lowercase age, followed by semicolon. I'm just gauging off of this. So it went above car, so we're doing it above dog. Go ahead and run that. Next, my concern is that having it up here means, well, we didn't give it an age just yet. Oh, we actually didn't do anything. Interesting. There's a lot more setup. Not vastly more, but just enough. So we'll read through all the stuff. I was going to say, if we set up a variable out here, then all dogs will have this age number. But that's not quite how it works. See, now we're going to go into the model year and keep setting things up. Interesting, but it'll be the age for the dog. Let's read ahead. Let's keep doing that. They've piqued our interest. Perfect. By adding a class constructor and creating instance variables, we will soon be able to use the dog class. However, the class constructor dog is still empty. Let's modify this by adding parameters to the dog constructor. You can think of parameters like options at an ice cream store. You can choose to order a traditional ice cream cone, but other times you may want to specify the size of the cone or the flavor of the ice cream. For the dog class, we can specify the initial dog age by adding parameters to the class constructor. Parameters allow data types to be created with specified attributes. Let's add parameters to our car class constructor. So, car class, use instance variables to model our car class after a real-life car. We've got integer, model year, public, car, what used to be empty parentheses now has an integer for year, and model year equals year. So, model year is an integer. Model year equals year, and year will also be an integer. Okay, good. We're kind of following and piecing this together. Something. And you know what? I read that kind of jumping around. Maybe it reads it in order, line by line. So integer equals model year. Year is an integer, and model year equals year, which is here. It may trickle down like that, because the first time I read it, 1, 3, 2 versus 1, 2, 3. Kind of circles back to 2.5, but that's okay. That's okay. In the example above, we added the int parameter year to the car constructor. The value of model year will equal the initial value that's specified when we first use the class constructor. Add an integer parameter called dog's age. Integer parameter called dog's age between the parentheses of dog. So int dog's age. Cool. And what is that's yes. Dude's age. Dog's age. We're running. 2. Inside the constructor, damn you, it's that lack of oxygen. Inside the constructor block, enunciate, Stephen. Damn you. set the instance variable age equal to the dog's age parameter. Did we do plural? We did do plural. Awesome. Wasn't even listening. Set the constructor block, so line 6, instance variable age equal to dog's age. So age equals dog's age. Capital A, D. Do we give it a semicolon? I feel like we do. Haha, we do. We do give it a semicolon. Awesome. Running. How's that look? Green check mark. Everyone's happy. Moving on. Next, section 6 of 13. We're almost ready to use our custom dog class, but first we need to understand how to structure and run our Java program. You may have noticed a mysterious looking line of code in the previous lesson that looks like this. Public static void main string empty brackets args empty curly braces. What the deuce is going on, right? This is Java's built-in main method. We will learn more about methods and keywords around the main method later on, but first let's understand what the purpose of main is. When Java runs your program, the code inside of the main method is executed. For now, you can ignore the keywords in the main method that we have not yet covered. You will learn about them later in the course. Instructions. Your dog class already has a main method. It should look like the following. Public static void main string arguments. Do not include anything inside of the main method yet. Click run to continue. Okay. That was an informative page. Good to know. So that was all section 9 stuff, or line 9 through technically 11. But yes, good. Onwards. So, 7 of 13. Perfect. Now we have a main method in our class. We're ready to start using the dog class. To use the dog class, we must create an instance of the dog class. An instance of a class is known as an object in Java. The example demonstrates how to create a car object. Class car, integer, model year, public car, integer year, model year equals year, public static void main string, empty brackets, arguments, car, my fast car equals new car 2007. So this, bringing it all together, it's calling on it, right? Cool. So, in the example above, we create a car named my fast car. When creating my fast car, we use the class constructor and specified a value for the integer parameter year. 2007 is the model year of my first car. Note that we declared the new object inside the main method. Holy hoof! Dear God, came out of nowhere. What are we doing? What are we doing? Instructions. Oh God, the highlightiness, the scrolling, none of it's going well. Inside of main, use the dog constructor to create a dog object and assign it to the variable spike. Oof. So it would be dog spike new dog. Make sure that you specify the required integer parameter age. So I think we can pick any age. Pretty sure. Yeah, let's just do our best. So dog spike equals new dog with an age of 4. We'll do 4. Running. Ew. Did not like anything we had to say about that. Oh, we forgot the semicolon. Nobody look. Actually, and I can't help but notice error. semicolon, and it's got a nice little arrow pointing to what went wrong. How cool is that? Yeah? Come on, that's a little cool. Even tells us the line number. 10. Because it's on line 10. So far, out of the last 137 days, Java has the best error system, so that's cool. That's important. That's a huge thing. Wow. Look at that. It's all right there. How cool is that? No? No one else cares? I think that's freaking awesome. That is, okay. Good. Good. Okay. We've got our semicolon, and now everything should be hunky-dory and copacetic, right? Yes, yes. Run. Run. Green check mark. Look at that. Okay. Wow, the error. That was... Little kitty, did you see the error message? No? Well, it's freaking awesome. So, think about that. Great work. We created a dog object inside of the main method, but nothing happened. I noticed that. I was just still on a cloud error because instead of cloud 9, get it? That was a funny laugh, damn it. Yeah, so I saw that nothing happened and I was concerned, but I couldn't feel anything because I was so psyched about that nifty error message. What are we looking at? Although we created an object inside of the main method, we did not print out anything about the spike object itself, nor did we instruct the class to perform any actions. Let's learn about how methods in Java are used to define actions. A method is a predefined set of instructions. Methods are declared within a class. Java provides some predefined methods available to all classes, but we can create our own as well. Let's create a new method. Car class, integer model year, public car, integer year, model year, year. Our new method to help us get started, public void StartEngine, system.out.println vroom, followed by public static void main string, empty brackets, arguments, car, myFastCar equals new car 2007. In the example above, we added a method called StartEngine. When the method is used, it will print out vroom. The void keyword will be explained later in the course. Note that the StartEngine method is created outside of the main method like the constructor was. Instructions. In between the constructor and main, this guy and that guy. Tabbity tab. No, not tab. That was a lie. That was a test. Everyone ignore that last tab. Public stuff. In between the constructor and the main method, add a method called Barque to the dog class by typing public void Barque, empty stuff, followed by more empty stuff. Public void Barque. Is that it? I think that's it. Let's run. Meh. Cool. One green check mark. Inside the Barque method, type system.out.println woof. We will copy you, and the rest we will type out. System.out.println parentheses and semicolon. See, we remembered this time. Woof and run. Can't breathe, but that's okay. Run and next. Do. Don't mind me. I feel like my whole face is submerged in sneeziness. Don't mind me. I'll spare you my issues. Okay. Crisis kind of averted. Dear God. Why? Why? Breathing's overrated anyways. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are looking at 9 of 13. That's interesting how they have it broken down. Methods 1, using methods 1, methods 2, and then using methods 2. I mean, that makes kind of sense, but still good to know. So what are we doing? We are on section 9 of 13. We're doing good. We are making progress. I still think we're gonna do the second section, but let's see. Maybe we pass out from the lack of oxygen, before the end. Right at section 11. Yeah, the thick of it. Okay, great. Now the Barque method is available to use on the Spike object. We can do this by calling the method on Spike. Here's an example of calling a method on an object using the car class, integer model year, public car, integer year, model year, followed by year or equals year, public void, start engine, system.printout, vroom, public static void, main, string, arguments, car, my fast car equals new car 2007. My fast car dot start engine emptiness. In the example above, we call the start engine method on my fast car object. Again, this occurs inside of the main method. Running the program results in printing vroom to the console. Time to try it on our test dog. Yep, that's right. Even animals are used for testing here in the realm of computer programming. Shocking. Okay, so inside the main method of dog class, call the Barque method on the Spike object. Call the Barque on the what with the who? Void Barque. Void start engine, so it's Barque. No, it's dog.bark, followed by emptiness. The hat, no, it's spike.bark. That's what we're looking for. Spike.bark. Spike.bark. Emptiness. Semicolon. And we're running. We'll run it. Does the internet blow up? No, it does not. It prints out woof. Hot damn. Beautiful. Beautiful. Section 10, fantastic. Similar to constructors, you can customize methods to accept parameters. My fast car dot drive 1628 with the what oh, miles. Okay. Public void drive integer distance in miles system.printout miles driven plus distance in miles, all that fun stuff. Good. In the example above, we created a drive method that accepts an integer parameter called distance in miles. In the main method, we call the drive method on my fast car object and provide an integer parameter of 1628. Calling the drive method on my fast car will result in printing miles driven 1628 to the console. Instructions between the Barque and main. So between Barque and main, get some breathing room. Add a method called run to the dog class by typing. This one can just copy. This one, there's that. Run and run. Modify the run method so it accepts an integer parameter called feet. So integer feet. Run again. inside of the run method, drop this in. System print your dog ran plus feet exclamation. In quotes at that. Run that. And then we are on to section 4. Inside of the main method, call the run method on the spike object. You can pass in an integer parameter of your choice. Okay, so spike.run followed by number. Very similar to that. Spike.run any number? That, yeah, good. For fun, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, good. 1,000 plus feet. And we're running. Woof, your dog ran 1,234 feet. Good. Let's explore one of the keywords used in declaring a method. In the past exercise, when creating new methods, we use the keyword void. The void keyword indicates that no value should be returned by the method after it executes all the logic in the method. If we do want the method to return a value after it finishes running, we can specify the return type. 1. The void keyword, which means completely empty, indicates to the method that no value is returned after calling that method. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, it's just instructing it to sort of look no further, if you will. Alternatively, we can use the data type keywords such as integer, character, etc. to specify that a method should return a value of that type. An example of including a return value for a method is below. Do we see it? I don't think we see it. Where the return 4. Okay. So that's for public integer number of tires, empty, return 4. In the example above, we created number of tires method. This method specifies that it will return an integer data type inside of the method. Inside of the method, we use the return keyword to return the value of 4, which is an integer type. With main, we called the number of tires method on my fast car. Since the method returns an integer value of 4, we store the value within an integer variable called tires. We then put the value of tires to the console. So public integer number of tires, it will return 4, and then integer tires equals my fast car number of tires, empty stuff, followed by system.print ln tires, and that's what's spitting out the 4. Okay. Kind of a lengthy workaround just to get the number, but it's, that's how that's done. So, yay, kind of, not quite. What's that, little cat? Yes, I agree. Can you guys see her little toes? No? Okay, she's right here. Still sleeping. Still doing little kitty things. What are we looking for? We're so close to the end. 11 of 13, the end of this lesson. Still basically halfway through the stream. Pending the next lesson isn't hilariously long. So what are we doing? Instructions. In between the run and main methods, we keep cramming more and more stuff between the last one and the second to last one. add a method called getAge that returns age by typing. Well, look at that. We've got all the fun stuff we could ever want right here waiting for us. And we're running. Inside of main, set an integer variable, like age, to the value, whoa, returned. Who's doing what now? Inside of the main, here. I know they had an extra line in their example. Integer, spike age. Integer spike age to the value returned by. I don't think I'm reading it correctly. Maybe I am. This doesn't feel right. Yeah, no, that's right. Spike dot get age empty parentheses semicolon. So after that, then we'll drop in the system print with it looks like section 3 or instruction 3. Run that. Okay, and now we get this. Run. All right, woof. Your dog ran 1,234 feet and 4 because why 4? What did we do? Oh, his age. Right. It was like 4 legs, 4 wheels, because they had 4 in their example. I was like, what body part are we counting that has 4? It's not a body part. It's the dog's age. We happen to choose 4. Good. Mystery solved. All right. You've created a fully functional dog class. Congratulations. One of the object-oriented programming concepts that allows us to reuse and maintain more code efficiently is called inheritance. It is used to share or inherit behavior from another class. Let's look at an example. Car class extends vehicle, integer model year, public car, integer year, model year equals year, other methods omitted for brevity. Other methods omitted for brevity. Did I say models or methods the first time? Doesn't matter. Public static void main string empty brackets arguments car my fast car equals new car 2007 my fast car. Oh, all the other nonsense they had regarding the car, they just jumped straight to it. Gotcha. Okay. Class vehicle. Oh, what are we looking at? Void main fast car my fast car dot check battery status. Class vehicle. Public void check battery status. System dot print out the battery is fully charged and ready to go. Class car extends vehicle, and because vehicle has check battery status, since we've extended vehicle to car, we're able to call check battery status on our fast car and it will spit it out. Way cool. Good. In the example above, extends keyword is used to indicate that the car class inherits the behavior defined in the vehicle class. This makes sense since car is a type of vehicle. With the main method of car, we call the check battery status method on my fast car. Since car inherits from vehicle, we can use the method defined in vehicle on car objects. Instructions. Note that there are now 2 files in the code editor. With the dog class, use the extends keyword to inherit from animal class. Animal. Check status. Your pet is healthy and happy. So extend, is it plural? It is extends with an S. Many extends. Or maybe it's an action. Alright, class is also good on your consistency. Oh, you mean for the 132? I just noticed also, welcome, Dreadsteed. I still want to say Dreadsteel. I don't know why. It's just kind of has an edge to it, but so does Dreadsteed. You know, that's that. But yes, the 137 days of just confused commitment. Not sure where this is going, but we're going nonetheless. That's the way to do it. What are we looking for? Totally. Oh, animal stuff extends. We were dealing with the S fiasco. Action it's in the process of extending. Extends animal. Good. Running, and we're running. That's one green check mark. All we need is one more. With the main method of dog class. Within the main method. Okay, just like they did within here. No. Here. We will be doing animal stuff. What kind of animal stuff will we be doing, you might ask? Within the main method of the dog class, call the check status method on the spike object. So spike dot check status. Spike dot check check status. Emptiness? I think emptiness. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yes, followed by empty parentheses. Last time, fire at will, running. Your pet is healthy and happy. Damn straight. Next, let's do this. 13 generalizations. We've got story time and a couple instructions. Let's do this. Great work. Let's review everything we've learned about object-oriented programming in Java so far. Class, a blueprint for how data structure should function. Constructor instructs the class to set up the initial state of an object. Objects, instances of classes of a class that stores the state of a class. Method, set of instructions that can be called on an object. Parameter, values that can be specified when creating an object or calling a method. Return value specifies the data type that a method will return after it runs, and inheritance allows one class to use functionality defined in another class. Instructions inside the main method. Here, yes. Create a new coffee object called myOrder. So that would be coffee myOrder, which is a new coffee and something. Add sugar. You added blank to your cube. Let's leave it with emptiness and a semicolon. How's that? Okay, one green check mark. That's good. On the next line, maybe we don't need the empty parameters. Damn. Yeah, we'll never know. On the next line, call the add sugar. Yep. We probably could have done it without those. So, on the next one, call add sugar on your myOrder. Add sugar. Okay. And specify 2 is the argument. 2. This guy definitely needs the parentheses. And we're running. Oh god, wait, but it has their handy error method. Java, line 14. It was expecting a blank or a blank, and it just had that guy. So it did need to have the empty parentheses. And then we'll also add 3, modify the coffee class so that it inherits from beverage class. So extends with an S, extends beverage. Beverage. Right? Yes. That's probably not phonetically correct on how we stumbled through that, but that's okay because we're running. Aha! You added 2 sugar cubes. Take that, Codecademy. 4, inside of main, call the isFull method on the myOrder object. myOrder dot isFull. Emptiness, semicolon, and run. Frack. Did you call the isFull method on myOrder? Oh, no, we didn't. It was uder. Whatever the deuce that is. There we go. Typo. Just kidding. Ignore the man behind the curtain. There we go. You added 2 sugar cubes, and your order is full, plus a lovely badge / achievement for Java. Section 3 of Java. Up next, what do we have? Data structures. Learn to create, manipulate, and store information in data structures. Start lesson. We will gander another 13, but that's okay. We are ready to do this, and we will knock out Java. And that means we are left with SQL, then PHP, and then the Watson API. We are so close to the end of Codecademy as a whole. Holy that is impressive. That is tons of fun. There are those 2 new classes. Both seem fairly small. We'll tackle those after the Watson API stuff. So, yes, good. Back to focusing on the task at hand, though. Putting the final 13 nails in the Java coffin. Do we knock it all out now? Yeah, we knock it all out now. That's what we're gonna do. We aren't even gonna think about it. In the previous lesson, you learned a few of the object-oriented programming lesson concepts used in Java: classes, objects, methods, and inheritance. In this lesson, you will learn how to use some of the classes and methods built into Java to write programs to create, manipulate, and store information in data structures. Instructions. 1. Take a look at the code in the editor below. You'll learn how to use them to create, store, and manipulate data in data structures. Click Run to run the code. Good. So what were we looking at? Take a look at the code. Learn how to use them to create, store, and manipulate data structures, and then click Run. Okay, so import java.utility. I can only assume that's short for utility. I was going to say until, but we're missing an N, so now my gut reaction is utility dot asterisk. So all I know from my little bit of coding knowledge is that asterisk could be everything. So all the Java utilities, shot in the dark. We'll find out, right? Public class Olympics, public static void main string arguments, some Olympic sports, array list string sports new array string. This is gonna get messy. Olympic sports dot archery, boxing, cricket, diving. Print out there are Olympic sports dot size Olympic sports in this list. There are 4 string sport Olympic sports system dot printout sports host cities and the years they hosted the Summer Olympics, hash map strings, integers, host cities, new hash map string, integer, host cities dot puts, Beijing 2018, host cities, London 2012, Rio de Janeiro 2016. For string city, host keys dot key set if host city dot get city is less than 2016. Breathing. Struggling to breathing. We're running even lower on oxygen. System.printin city plus hosted the Summer Olympics in plus host city dot get city plus period. Yep, that's right. They took the time to concatenate the period. Else system.print city will host the Summer Olympics in blah 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 plus good. And then all the closing bits. Lovely. Let's dive into this nightmare, shall we? Run. That's right. There are 4 Olympic sports in this list. They are archery, boxing, cricket, diving. Beijing hosted the Summer Olympics in 2018. London hosted the Summer Olympics in 2012. And Rio de Janeiro will host the Summer Olympics in 2016. Next. Okay. That's a lot of reading, and there's very little oxygen because of my face. You hear that? Yeah, bad times. I'm gonna deal with that, and yes, just think amongst yourselves. Oh god, we're still alive. Crisis, kind of, even less averted than last time. Dear God, it just never ends. Okay. 2 of 13 of the last section of Java. We're forging ahead. We are forging onwards. When you provide a set of instructions in a method, you might find that common task is to manipulate an entire set of data. Java conveniently provides control statements to run a task repeatedly. The control statement we will explore is called the for loop. The for loop repeatedly runs a block of code until a specified condition is met. The example below shows how a for loop is used for int counter 0, counter less than 5, counter plus plus. System.out print the counter value is plus counter. So the statement within the parentheses of the for loop composes the following parts. Compose the following parts. Sure. Initialize the integer variable named counter is initialized to the value of 0 before the loop is run. 2. The test condition, the Boolean expression counter less than 5, is a conditional statement that is evaluated before the code inside the control statement is run every loop. If the expression evaluates to true, the code in the block will run. Otherwise, if the expression evaluates to false, the for loop will stop running. 3. Increment. Each time the loop completes, the increment statement is run. The statement counter plus plus increases the value of the counter by 1 after each loop. In the example above, the for loop initially executes the code block in the sample code above because the initial value of the counter is less than 5, which passes the test condition. The value of the counter is then incremented by 1. In the increment, the code block will execute again because the counter is still less than 5. This cycle will continue until the counter is no longer less than 5. Please note that similar to the if-then statements, no semicolon is necessary. For, I think they're talking about it as a whole, and for the for loop and its stuff. Sure. Okay. Oxygen. Damn. This is gonna be brutal. 1. The for loop in the code editor is currently missing the 3 statements required to execute the code in the block. Finish the loop by typing for integer water level 0, water level less than 7, water level increments by 1. Okay, we get to type in all that stuff, and we will type in all that stuff. So, int water level int water capital L not double equals semicolon water level less than 7. Oh, that's not less than. Followed by water level plus plus. I guess that's it. Run that. It did print it out. The pool's water level is at 0 feet, 1 feet, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next. Fantastic. The for loops will be useful when we're reading and manipulating Java data structures. Let's talk about a few data structures that are built into Java. Yawning. Damn. It's not good. We're going to pass out before we finish this. It's either due to the lack of oxygen or, yeah, you know what, it's probably just bad times. That's what I'm thinking. Fantastic. For loops will be useful when reading and manipulating Java data structures. So let's talk about a few data structures that are built into Java. The first data structure we will explore is called the array list. The array list stores a list of data. What? The array list stores a list of data of a specified type. There you go. Let's go through an example of how to create or declare an array list of type integer. I realize it's probably correct phrasing it in this way, but it still bothers me how the instructions flow here at Codecademy. I think it's because I'm still trying to read things as just like regular human communication, but it's different with the programming environment and mindset, and it's just, we're not quite there yet. It still doesn't feel quite normal. It feels more normal than it did 137 days ago. I've stopped trying to resist a lot of the weird verbiage, but still, just not comfortable. All right. Array list integer quiz grades equals new array list integer emptiness semicolon. Array list is a predefined Java class. To use it, we must first create an array list object. In the example above, we create an array list object called quiz grades that will store data types belonging to the integer class, whole numbers, instructions inside the main method. Inside the main method, create an array list called weekly temperatures that will store integer data types. Ephemeral Java. Yes. If I may make a suggestion, you're probably better off trying to make something than just learning the basics of lots of languages. Oh yeah, no, that's coming up in just probably days or a week or so. Yeah, good times, I think. Because Java was only about 4 hours, they said. And we knocked 2 of the lessons out of the 4 lessons yesterday. Oh, we got scrolling issues. Yeah, Java was 4 hours. And we did 2 lessons yesterday. We're doing 2 lessons today, so that whole course will be 100% done. Finally finished all the Ruby stuff. That was interesting. They definitely need to fix their courses. The Ruby courses weren't 100% fully functional when I went through them. Mainly the Rails courses weren't fully functional. So that was less than exciting. SQL, kind of short courses here. And we've got PHP and Watson. But yeah, so once we knock this stuff out, probably in the next week or two, all kinds of side projects. We're going to do side projects for basically everything. In fact, we're probably going to mimic the Codecademy environment, or like not the environment, but the fact I'll probably do an HTML and CSS project. Then I'll probably do a JavaScript project, and then a SAS side project, and little things like that, just kind of as a guide. That way I have something to reference for side projects. But yeah, that'll be good. And then I'll also be checking out other sites. Free Code Camp is the next destination after Codecademy, and I know that's another good place to learn because they have a lot of real world projects and activities to assist with. I think the main goal of Free Code Camp is to assist like charities and other like nonprofit organizations set up their website or other apps and things like that. At least that's the gist that I've heard of how Free Code Camp functions. So that'll be some good hands-on, real-world project-y stuff. It's not so tutorial-y for the basics. But yeah, it's been good. Lots of perspective on languages I like, and in the meantime, which ones I want to work on, focus. So tons of fun, though. All right, Java, 3 of something. 3 of 13. We were looking inside the main method, this guy, create an array list called weekly temperatures that will store integer data types. So, is it really this whole abomination? The array list sorts, blah, blah, blah. In the example above, we created an array list object called quiz grades. So yeah, we're basically doing this exact same thing, but replacing weekly temperatures inside there. And weekly temperatures. Run that. Good. Green check mark. Beautiful. 4 of 13 teen, you created an array list in the last exercise to store temperature data, but doesn't contain any values yet. Let's add some values of type integer. See, that's just weird. Why would they phrase it that way? Let's add some integer values to the array list. Instead of let's add some values of type integer to the array list. No. Doesn't matter. We're adding stuff one by one like this. Array, integer, quiz grades, new array list, integer, quiz grades, add 95, add 87, add 83. In the example above, we call the add method on quizzes. The add method adds integers to the array list. The values 95, 87, and 83 are added to the list. Add some temperatures to the weekly temperatures. First, add a temperature value of 78. I'm going to steal these. And honestly, we're just going to do all three all at once. Because we can. So we've got, oh, they actually want 4. Good to know. Let's do, you know what? We should have just done 1. That was my bad. We should have done weekly temperatures first and then copied 4 of this guy. Yeah, rookie mistake, Steven. Okay. 78, 67, 89, and 94. We can barely see through the fog of war, but regardless, we can see it. So we're going to do all of those now. 67 and 89, followed by 94. BDD, do. Running, and boom! 4 green check marks. Section 4, good times. 5, great. Now we can start accessing the temperatures that our array list stores. We can access the elements of weekly temperatures by using elements index or positions in the list. An elements index refers to its location within an array. Array lists in Java are 0 index, which means that the first element in an array list is at a position of 0. Here's an example of accessing the element in the first position of the list. Array list integer, blah, 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 95, 87, 73. System printout, quiz grades, get 0. The example above will print out the value of 95. The index of the element containing 95 is at position 0. In the array list, we access the value by providing its index to the get method. Instructions: use the get method to print out the lowest temperature contained in weekly temperatures. So, system print out, which we will replace with weekly temps. We are getting, which one did they want? Use the get method to print out the lowest temperature, which was 67 degrees, which would be index 1. And we're running. 67, green check mark. Beautiful. Onward to section 6. Array list insertion. Okay. We can also, oh god, highlighting everything. Bad, Steven, bad. We can also use new elements into, we can also insert new elements into an array list. To insert new elements into an array list, we can use a slightly different version of the add method that you previously used. We've got add, quiz grades, add, 0, 100, print out get 0. The example above will print out the grade 100. The add method will insert the grade at the first position, 0, into the list. Since it inserts a new element into the beginning of the array, all other elements, indices, will be shifted 1 position higher. The grade 95 is now at index 1. Okay, that makes sense. Insert a new temperature, 111 at index 2. Well, how the do I... Oh, because we told it to add it at 0. So if we do add to 111, it should add it there. At least I think. On the next line, get the method to print out temperature 89. Yeah, okay, we'll just do it one line at a time then. Let's take this guy. Weekly nonsense. D 2 111 and run. Aha, it worked, little kitty. Did you see that? Yeah, she doesn't care. She's cleaning her toes. On the next line, use the get method to print out the temperature 89. So that was 1. No, that was 0. This was 1. 2 replaced 89. Well, not replaced, but got shimmied in there. So you're position 3. Position 3, position 3, D. Do, position 3. Quiz grades. And get position 3, run, do. Awesome, 89. Way cool. It worked. Yay, Java. Earlier in this lesson, we learned about the for loop. Since we also learned how to retrieve the value at a specific index of an array list, we can now access each of the elements for integer I equals 0, I less than quizgrades.size, empty stuff, I increments by 1, ++. System printout quizgrades get I. Sure. In the example above, the for loop includes the following statements. Initialize. Integer variable I is set to 0, which is the first index of an array list. Test condition, the code in the block will run as long as I is less than the size of the quiz grades. 3, increment, the code in this block will execute after each loop. In this case, I will increment by 1 with the I++ after each loop. The size method returns an integer that represents how many total elements are scored within quiz grades. The example will print out each element within the quiz grades in order. The process of going through each element in the array list is called iteration. Inside of a for loop, print out the elements of the weekly temperatures array list. Use the get method and the integer variable j you can use. Wow, that was like tail on tongue contact. Wow, that was way furrier than anyone wanted. Thank you, little kitty. Good. Just will you get into the napping position? What are you doing? Why are you stalling? No, look, God, why there's so much fur just in and around my face now? Damn you, feline. Gah! Princess, I can't believe you. We're already struggling to breathe as is. And you gotta bring your furry nightmare all over me. Okay. It's good. She's adorable. We love you, little kitty. Son of a bitch. My eyes are watering. Gah! Holy hell. Chemical warfare kitten. Sweet mother of God. Okay, what are we doing before there was the whole cat fiasco? Yeah. Okay, it's okay. The human eyes are supposed to burn like fire when felines are around, right? That's normal. The sign of love. 1. Inside a for loop. Print out the elements inside a for loop like so. Print out the elements of the weekly temperatures array list. Use the get method and the integer variable j. You can use the example above as a reference. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get weird. So I kind of feel like with all the extra space, they want me to do it within the main. I think that would make sense. So I'm going to take you, and we're basically going to swap said pieces for our temperature array. And temperature, and they said do something with the letter J instead of I. Copy J. Probably could have just highlighted all of them at once and changed them, but that's for winners, and right now we're not. So let's see how that feels. Go ahead and run. Commence meltdown. Aha, it worked. Oh god, clawing things. Don't mind the mic attack. 78, 67, 111, 89, and 94. Onwards to section 8. Since most for loops are very similar, Java provides a shortcut to reduce the amount of code required to write a loop called the for each loop. Here is an example of the concise for each loop. For integer grade, quiz grades. System.printout grade. Okay, in the example above, the colon can be read as in. The for loop altogether can be read as for each integer element called grade in quiz grades. Printed out the value grade. For something in something each, blah, blah, blah. For each integer grade in quiz grades, print out the grade. Cool. The loop will print out the value of each integer element in quiz grades. Note, the for each loop does not require a counter. As we saw that, there's a lack of plus plus in this. Whoa, little kitty, what are you? She's just rolling around aimlessly in my lap. Instructions. The current code block of the code in the editor is incomplete. Finish the for each loop by typing blah blah blah. Temperature. Oh, filling in the nonsense. Right. So for each integer temperature in weekly temperatures, print the temperature. Cool. Just like they told us how to read it, like so. And we run that. Aha, look at that. I wonder where 111 went, you know? Position 2. The one they had us add. 111. Gone. It's a mystery. Great. Another useful built-in data structure in Java is the what? Another useful built-in data structure in Java is the hash map. There we go. All right. You'd think English would be our native tongue, but well, it is. We're just awful. Although the name of the data structure might not make sense to you immediately, think of it as a real-life dictionary. A dictionary contains a set of words and a definition for each word. A hash map contains a set of keys and a value for each keyword. If we look up a word in a dictionary, we can get the definition. If you provide a hash map with a key that exists, you can retrieve the value associated with the key. Declaring a hash map is shown in the following example. Hash string integer. My friend knew hash map string integer emptiness. In the example above, we create a hash map object called myFriends. The myFriends hash map will store keys of string data types and values of type integer. It destroying my soul having to read these sentences in that format. It's just wrong. No. No. I know they want to stick to the lingo, but it's just wrong. Note, the string object allows you to store multiple characters such as a word in quotations, e.g. rats. Alright, instructions. Create a hash map object called restaurant menu. The hash map should store string keys and integer values. Use the syntax in the example above if you need. Yeah. Import java.utility.hashmap, public class restaurant, public static void main string, empty arguments, and we throw in our stuff here. So declaring a hash map is shown in the following example. We are calling a hash map for the object restaurant menu, which will replace my friends, and the hash map should store string and integer, which this has string and integer, that has string and integer. So this is basically identical. All we need to do is update friends with restaurant. Run. Section 10 of 13. We are so very, very close. Hash map manipulation. Perfect. Now let's fill the hash map with useful data. Add keys and values to a hash map. Hash map strings integer my friend equals a new hash map strings integer my friends dot put Mark 24 my friends dot put Cassandra 25 my friends put Zenas gotta be Zenas 21. In the example above, we use the put method to add a string key and an associated integer value. The string key is the text inside the double quotes. String key, text, the names. Yes, good. String, the integer value is represented by the number, the age, or apartment unit. Let's add some food items and the price to our menu. Put the method to add a key turkey burger with the value 13. Side note, I stopped listening right about here, so totally didn't catch the first instruction. Import Java, utility, hash map, restaurant stuff, public static void, hash map, and now we're adding things. Very much like the last activity with the temperatures, we're now doing restaurant things. Let's add some food items and prices to our menu. Use the put method to add a key burger with the value 13. So it will be this, and we've got 3 turkey burger, something about pizza, and something about salad. There's that. Restaurant menu. Fixity fix. You and you. Turkey burger. Copy. For 13. Maybe the number is the price of the humans. Maybe Cassandra is $25. Who knows? He's scoring his friends on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe Cassandra's a 25 out of 10. These are all possible scenarios. We'll never know. We will never know. Something about pizza. Copy, that's going for 11. And cranberry, kale salad. That sounds like a disappointment. And 10. Okay. Here we go, running that. Fingers crossed the internet doesn't totally blow up and catch on fire and light the neighborhood on fire. That would be bad. So we're running. Ta-da, 3 green check marks. Very cool. Onwards, 11 of 13. To access data in an array list, we specified the index. In order to access the value in a hash map, we specify the key. Hash map string, my friends, new, blah, fun stuff, Mark 24, Cassandra, and other things. System printout, my friends, get Xenos. So if we wanted the burger, we would do turkey burger. Cool. In the example above, we call the get method on the my friends hash map using the key Xenos. It's got to be Xenos. The console will print the value associated with Xenos, which is 21. Oh, and it still prints 21. Interesting. Use the get method to print out the price of the non-pizza item. Typical. Copy. And enter. Restaurant nonsense. Followed by pizza. And run. Ta-da, 11. Look at that. It worked, just as they promised. Onwards, 12 of 13. We are so close to the end. We can also access properties of a hash map, such as the number of entries or the contents of the hash map. Let's access the length and print out the contents of the my friends. That's just no. Why? It's okay. They don't need the. It'll be alright if they don't have that. It's bolded right here. We know they're talking about the array. Awful. Hash string stuff. Tons of fun. Printing and other stuff. String name. Okay, so for string name, myfriends.keyset, system print name plus is age, my friends get home. We have the answer. It is age. Good to know. Not price. Wasn't selling his friends. In the example above, the size method of the hash map prints out to the size of the my friends instance. As a result, the console prints out 3 since there are 3 key value pairs. Next, we use a for each loop to iterate over each key in my friends. The key set method of the hash map returns a list of keys. Inside the loop, we access the current key name and use the get method of hash map to access the value. The console will print out the names and the age of each of my friends. Complete the unfinished code statement on line 12 to print out the size of the restaurant menu. Line 12, line 12, line 12. Here. So this guy. Copy. Hey, Topher. How are you doing? It's, what day is it? Wednesday. How's your Wednesday going? Hopefully pretty good. We'll take anything better than terrible. That's what we're shooting for. Anything better than terrible is always good in our book. So, system.out.print myfriends.size. Yeah, good. Not my friends. Restaurant menu. There we go. That would have gotten messy real quick. Let's run that. Way cool. 3. Two. Uncomment the code between line 13 and 19. This guy. Next, complete the for loop, the for each loop, by typing for each string item in restaurant menu.keyset. blank d blank. Let's get rid of you and get rid of you and do string item key set other stuff copy. We'll assume good. How's it going? Dude, it's going well. Going well. We are almost done with our second lesson for today. That's right. You're here for the death rattle of Java. Yeah. Good, good. We finished section 3, and now this is basically the end of section 4. Oh god, did we copy and paste that into the right spot? String item restaurant menu, string item restaurant menu dot key set. Okay, we're good, we're good. I lost my train of thought. But yes. Hopefully your evening is going well. I always seem to arrive at the end. Well, you know, there's 137 days of these. And there's the remaining year. So the thing that I'm curious is I'm wondering how long the streams will go when I start to tinker on my own side project. I realize some of them will probably be a lot shorter. I'm just concerned if there will be any hilariously long streams. Yeah. That's for later, though. We are nearing the end. We are nearing the end of Codecademy as a whole, not just this lesson. Run. So did that work? That worked. Green check mark. 3 turkey burger costs 13. Cranberry kale salad costs 10. Non-pizza 11. That looks good. Okay. Great work. What did we learn so far? For loops used to repeatedly run a block of code. For each loops, a concise version of a for loop. Array list stores a list of data. Hash map stores keys and associated values like a dictionary. Instructions inside of the main method and before each loop. Wow. 1. Inside the main method. Down the deuce is the main method. We've got import Java, public class generalization, public static void main. Okay, here we go. Here's main. There we go. We found it. Line 4 is where main starts. Inside of the main method, before the for each loop, this guy, create an array list called sports that stores string types. Okay, array list, here we come. Isn't it freakishly similar to this? I'm pretty sure it is. Copy. Yeah, so array list. And we may have it wrong, but we're going to see how that goes. Array list with string. Copy. Array list. String. New. And what was it going to be called? Sports. Right. Just generic sports. Anything with a ball. Or anything without a ball. You know, that's still competitive. Yeah, let's try that. So go ahead and run. Fingers crossed. Aha! It worked! I remembered. They thought I was going to forget, but I didn't. I mean, we had to reference their other stuff, but we're going to count that. Add footballs to the sports. Good. Football to sports. Boom. Same thing. Very similar to this. Copy. And it just goes right beneath it. And instead of put, it's add. And we just need the football bit. Football. Woohoo! Do. Yeah. Yeah, run. How do you like that? Oh god, it didn't like it at all. Use the add method. Didn't we use the add method? This is bad. This is bad. Okay, we're looking. Hold on. Oh, for cities. I left the cities. Just, okay, pretend that didn't happen. Sports, singular or plural? Sports, plural. Running again. There we go. Aha. I love their error messages in Java. They're so... Why is it taking 137 days for us to find helpful error messages? Some of the error messages have been helpful, but I don't know what it is. The errors in Java are just like, boom, they're right there. They're in your face. They're direct. They highlight what's missing. It's great. All right, now add boxing to sports. Now we can copy you, since we've got you all sorted out. Boxing. Good. And we're running, and we're boxing. Yes. All right, cool. The first for each loop in the code editor is missing the code that should be run. Well, wait, hold on. They're talking about this guy. For string sport. Oh, sorry, that was your face, little cat. I didn't mean that. Shh. There we go. Went to itch our leg. Got a face full of little kitty. There we go. You're all better? Yeah? Good. Sorry about that. Okay. What are we looking for? The first for loop, the first for each loop. Why don't they bold all three? That's what it is. Doesn't matter. The first for each loop in the code editor is missing the code that should be run. Inside the for each loop, type sports. Oh, the whole thing. I thought they meant just sports. There were earlier sections where they were just referencing the parameter inside, so I didn't know if they wanted just that guy or the whole damn thing. They want the whole damn thing. And we're running. Okay. No, Steven, no. We are not visiting the world of Star Wars. We are finishing Section 5 of Part 13 of Lesson 4 of JavaScript. This is it. The final nail in said Java coffin. 5. Uncomment the incomplete for each loop towards the bottom and complete the loop by typing blah blah blah. For each string city in majorcities.keyset blah. So let's get rid of this and get rid of that. For stuff and stuff. Copy and paste. Does that look good? That looks good. All right, little kitty, you ready for this? Yeah, she's still sleeping in my lap. Okay, good. You stay there, little one. We will forge ahead. Run it. Aha, green check mark. Congratulations. Congratulations on completing the Learn Java. You've learned a new skill and should be proud. Want to take a look at your profile and see what you've accomplished? Soon. Very, very soon. Okay, got it. Football. Woohoo, yay. Wait, football, boxing, New York was founded in 1624. London was founded in, really? Just 43? The year 43. Is that a factual thing? Was London really founded in... We're gonna Google that. That just seems weird. I don't... Nothing like last minute Google. Wow, 43. That's it. That was the year. They weren't kidding. Okay, so cool. They weren't lying. 43 AD. The more you know. We learned Java and when London was founded. Sao Paulo was founded in 1554 and Mexico City was founded in 1521. Yeah, everyone else is like around the same time, but not London. Good on them. All right. The all-knowing, yes, Topher, the all-knowing Google, right? Ta-da. Maybe that web page was wrong. maybe someone just didn't get the first two integers, and just the whole planet thinks London was founded in the year 43. All right. Up next. Let's back next. We always have to get a running start. I think it's that pop-up window that throws off the up next to load getting out of there. So complete. I think, let me jump over to OBS. I think my webcam is blocking. Yeah, that's right. You can't see. After Rails, I've got so many courses completed now that the last one you can see is Rails, but beneath it, behind my stupid face and the webcam is Learn Java. Yeah, it goes all the way down now. Past that, right? Good time. It's a long con for BDX. The page was created by Codecademy. Yes. They did all of that work just to trick me. Oh God. Too funny. All right. So good. What are we doing? We are admiring catalog that we have cleared a lot of. And again, we're faced with a lot of short courses. So JavaScript was only 4 hours. We did 2 lessons yesterday and 2 lessons today. We've got a 3-hour course and a 5-hour course, a 4-hour course, and a 4. So like we are down to days here for being done with Codecademy. We do have the stuff at the top, but both of these are only 3-hour courses. So yes, good times. When we leave Codecademy, the next major destination will be Free Code Camp for structured learning. But after Codecademy, we will start to set up our own side projects and side projects will actually become the main focus of our day-to-day stuff. And yeah, unless they're the only thing that would take sort of precedence over side projects would be new languages. If we can find a Node.js thing, I don't believe Node.js is covered by Free Code Camp, but if they add it, we'll do things like that. So yeah, that's kind of the running game plan. So Codecademy will die, side projects will take the helm, and then things like Free Code Camp and Treehouse, we will explore the other things that Codecademy hasn't covered, or they don't offer any C courses and stuff like that. So good times. Let's do a rundown of the stats as we conclude day 137. Tomorrow, day 138 will be SQL, but in the meantime, stat-wise, day 137, can't see it, but Java, 100% complete. Right beneath the Rails icon, there's a nice juicy 100% sitting there. Currently at 1,603 points for Codecademy. And how many badges do we have? 222 badges with 18 skills/courses down. That's good. Did not see that coming 137 days ago, but I'm glad we've made it this far. All right. Well, thank you to all of those who stopped by. Dreadsteed, Ephemeral, Topher, anyone else who may have accidentally come in to view the stream. Any and all views greatly appreciated as always. The adventure continues tomorrow with day 138. In the meantime, we are backing out of Codecademy Install the stream into OBS. Stop streaming. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Hell yeah. Kill it.